Right now, the average American has access to more pleasure than any king, emperor, or billionaire in human history. Infinite entertainment. Food delivered in minutes. Endless dopamine sitting quietly in your pocket. The modern world is perfectly engineered to make you feel good all the time. But here is the disturbing question. If pleasure is everywhere, why are so many people anxious, empty, and exhausted? Why do millions feel trapped despite having more comfort than ever before? What if the thing you believe makes you happy is actually controlling your mind? And what if a philosopher who lived over 2,400 years ago predicted this exact psychological trap? His name was Socrates, and his warning about pleasure addiction might completely change the way you see happiness. The trap no one talks about. From childhood, we are taught one idea: chase what feels good, get the bigger house, buy better things, watch more, consume more, escape discomfort. Because somewhere along the way, society convinced us that pleasure equals happiness. But Socrates believed something dangerous. He believed the more you chase pleasure, the less free you become. Think about your own life. How many times have you opened your phone for 1 minute? Then suddenly, an hour disappears. How often do we consume things, not because we enjoy them, but because silence feels uncomfortable? And here is the scary part. The people designing these apps, platforms, and entertainment systems understand your psychology better than you do, because your attention is their business and your addiction is their profit. But Socrates saw this trap long before smartphones existed. To explain it, he told a story, and once you understand it, you cannot unsee it. The story of the broken jar. Imagine two men, both own jars, and both must keep those jars full. The first man has a strong, solid jar. He works hard, fills it once, and finally rests. He feels peace, enoughness, freedom. But the second man, his jar is broken, full of tiny holes, no matter how much he pours inside. Milk, honey, pleasure, comfort. Everything slowly leaks away. So he keeps running, pouring more, working harder, chasing the next hit, the next distraction, the next purchase, the next validation. Yet somehow, he never feels satisfied. Socrates believed this second man represents most people. And now ask yourself something uncomfortable. Which jar sounds more like your life? Because modern psychology discovered something shocking. We are terrible at staying satisfied. Scientists call it the hedonic treadmill. What excites you today becomes normal tomorrow. The new phone becomes old. The exciting relationship becomes routine. The viral dopamine hit fades. And suddenly, you need more stimulation, more entertainment, more pleasure, just to feel okay. Without realizing it, you become trapped in an endless cycle, always chasing, never arriving. The dangerous truth about pleasure. Here is what Socrates understood. Pleasure itself is not evil. The danger begins when pleasure becomes your master, because pleasure is temporary. It always fades. And when happiness depends on temporary things, you become emotionally dependent on them. That means your mood, your peace, even your identity can be controlled by external things. A notification, attention from strangers, entertainment, validation. But Socrates believed true freedom comes from something completely different: self-mastery, the ability to control your desires. Instead of letting them control you, he believed the strongest person is not the richest, not the most famous, not the most entertained. The strongest person is the one who can sit in silence, face discomfort, and still remain in control of their mind. Because the moment you stop obeying every craving, you stop being controlled. And maybe that is what real freedom actually feels like. Ending. The modern world wants your jar to stay broken because a distracted mind is easy to sell to, easy to manipulate, easy to control. But you still have a choice. You can keep running on the treadmill, chasing pleasure that disappears the moment you touch it. Or you can begin repairing the holes and reclaim control of your own mind. So the next time you reach for instant gratification, pause for 1 second and ask yourself, am I building a full life or just feeding a broken jar? Because according to Socrates, the person who conquers themselves becomes truly free. And maybe that is the freedom most people never find.